According to documents I've reviewed over the past several months, Seattle Children's made what could be seen as a controversial decision last fall. It decided to reopen certain surgical suites that did not have advanced HEPA filtration systems, to reopen those surgical suites for heart surgeries. Now the 7-month-old is infected with Aspergillus mold, according to a lawsuit filed in King County Superior Court today. The baby had heart surgery in October after Children's had shut down all of its operating rooms during the summer. That was to cleanse and filter out Aspergillus mold that infected at least 14 patients and killed 7 over nearly 20 years. Haley Seymour is the baby's mother who filed today's lawsuit.
It's hard seeing my child pretty much fighting for his life, and I can't pick him up by myself. I have to have help changing diapers. Like, I can't just take care of him like any normal mom should be able to.
Well, they knew they had a problem and they failed to address it. Moreover, they failed to tell the parents about it.
That's family attorney Sim Osborne, who says the hospital never warned the family about the risks from mold during the surgery. In reply to our questions, Seattle Children's said it cannot comment on any pending litigation. Chris Ingalls, King 5 News.